Right here, front row, left side.
Mike Richmond, Northern. Dame, do you feel like you got better shots in game two, sort of adjusting to their defense with their doing, dropping the ball and stuff?
Yeah, especially at the start of the game, I got a lot of good looks. I missed a wide open point blank layup, and when you get those looks early in the game, you got to knock them down, especially when you know the type of attention that you're going to get in a playoff series like this one. Where they're trapping and sending two guys and loading up against myself and CJ. So I got a lot more clean looks tonight. The ball didn't go in as much as I would have liked to, especially with us being in the game. I think if I would have had it going, it would have came down, to the last couple of minutes, but they didn't. They handled their business here, and now we got to try to go get one for game three.
Brad, for both of you guys, you're down over here, you're down 0-2 in the series. How do you maintain your confidence going back, knowing you lost both games this way?
I don't see why we should not have confidence. I think game one, we were in the game, and then they had a stretch where they got on the run. We couldn't score the ball, and we just couldn't close that gap for the rest of the game. Tonight, we took it a step further, and the game was closer for a little bit longer than it was last game, and then the same thing happened. We went cold, and they started to knock down shots. So we're not the first team to lose the first two on the road. They, like I said, they took care of their home court, and now we're going to have the same opportunity. So we got to put together 4 quarters for these next couple games.
Yeah, to follow what he said, I think going home, everybody will be a little bit more comfortable. Teams usually shoot better at home. Like the Clippers, JJ's been shooting pretty well, especially in those first quarters. CP's been shooting pretty well. I think our guys will be more comfortable at home. Chief, all those guys will get ample looks and opportunities at home. And I think with our home crowd behind us, we'll be ready to go.
Well left.
CJ, Casey Bulldog, Trailblazers.com. CJ, what worked for you tonight that didn't necessarily work for you in game one? And to both of you, it seems like in both these games, stretches, you play well for Spurs, but then there's a stretch where the Clippers go and run off and kind of pull away. What do you guys need to do to kind of stop that from happening in games moving forward?
I think I got off to a good start in the first quarter, got some good looks and knocked them down. That always helps when you start the game off, making shots. And I think, to be able to stand that, like Dame said, we got some good looks. I had some good mid-range shots that I didn't make. I had a wide open in the corner in transition. And we want to make those shots, 9 times out of 10, those are the type of shots we have to make. And I think going forward we will. And in terms of being able to stop their runs, it's 1 quarter or 1 lapse every game that happens. Tonight happened in the first half. We got down by double digits, fighting our way back to get down by 4 at halftime. And then in the second half, they went on a run in the fourth quarter, and we were down 6 going into 6, I believe, going into the fourth quarter. On a run, a 10-0 run, 12-2 run, those type of runs changed the complex of the game.
Jay, speaking along those lines, are there 1 or 2 shots that you think of that if they'd gone down, might have turned things a different way? If they'd have stick with it?
My very first shot of the game, I got a clean pull-up jumper at the free throw line. It rattled out. I got a back door. I got right to the rim. And, the ball kind of slipped out of my hand. I let it go a little sooner than I should have. I should have dunked the ball. But this is much bigger than 1 or 2 shots. Like CJ just said, we have lapses. We have those spurts where we play really well, and then it's the loose balls. Giving up second and third opportunities where they tip it out and they hit a 3, or they get a loose ball and swing it and get an and 1 or get a dunk. Those are game-changing, momentum-changing plays. We've allowed them to have those in the first 2 games, and they've been able to run off on us.
Dave, I wonder when you were sitting in your stall in the locker room, what were you thinking about when you were looking at that box score? And then also, what's missing from your individual game right now? Can you put your finger on what's just not there?
When I was looking at the box score, I was just looking at the fact that we out-rebounded them. We got up a lot of attempts. We shot more threes than they did. We just didn't shoot the ball well. And I was just kind of checking that out. But I don't think anything is missing. Like I said, last game it was just seeing what they were going to do. We got to see what kind of coverages they were going to come out with defensively. See what type of game plan they had, and they blitzed us. They made it hard for me as far as even getting attempts up. getting in certain spots, running sets that we like to run that made it hard. And tonight, I just didn't make those shots. Our coaching staff did a great job of watching film and putting myself and CJ in different positions to where they couldn't, really take a lot away from us. And I just got to make the shots. I think that's what it comes down to. There's really no excuses. But as far as anything missing, there's nothing missing. The ball just didn't go in.
Last two, please. One on the right.
Dame, you've been down 0-2 now in your last two playoff series. Does this one feel any different? Feel any different about this team or about the way you guys are going to?
Well, the first time was against the Spurs. They won the championship that year. Last year against a really good Memphis team, and we had some injuries. That's not an excuse, but we were just trying to find it last season. I think this year it's just been a year of growth. Over the course of the season, we've taken everything in stride, and we've just continued to grow. And I think these first two games is also a part of the growth of this team. A team coming out and playing with that playoff intensity and being able to adjust and see what a team is doing and make them pay for things and stuff like that. So, like I said, we aren't the first team to lose the first two games, but I'm excited and happy with the way that our team is in a situation like this. As far as confidence goes and just being able to move on. They had their two home games and they handled their business. And now we're gonna have two home games. We're a really good home team, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Last question, upper left.
Mulberry Clipper Blog, this is for CJ and Dave. Both of you guys played 38 minutes in Game 2 and Game 1, but none of the Clippers played more than 32 minutes. Do you feel like wearing down would be a factor in the second half of these games?
I'm 24 years old. Dame is 25. So I think we'll be just fine with 2 or 3 days rest. When you're up 20, you don't have to play. And they were up 20 at the end of the game, so they were able to rest their guys. And their bench gave them a strong push, and they were able to let some guys sit out. And I think CP getting in foul trouble altered his minutes a little bit in the first half, picking up 3.
Same thing he said, but at this point, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. If we got to go out there and play 44 minutes, it's not like we got 82 games of it. We're gonna be out there as long as coach needs us to be out there, as long as he puts us out there, because all we know for sure is we have this series, and we gotta do what we gotta do.
All right, thank you, everybody.